And can we maybe kind of shift and talk about qualifications? So you're saying you need to be top 1% in your field. That seems relatively subjective. Can anybody build a case that they're top 1% in their field, or who do you recommend targets this? I mean, are you recommending people come up with these far-fetched stories, or do you actually have to have the experience and the data to back it up?
Definitely, you need to have data to back up. Interestingly, I before we go there and into who could potentially be, let me tell you, I have seen the youngest person to get EB1A green card is a 23-year-old gentleman from India, and I have not met and I have met this person also, and I'm also aware of one particular case, a girl from India who was just 19, and so it's, you see, the temporal is not a factor for this. When I say that you should be top 1%, let me go more granular in this particular way, Connor, that it's about top 1% in your field of expertise, not only from a knowledge perspective, but also from the impact perspective that you create. Now, I mean, it's not about your degrees. And in fact, there is another interesting thing about EB1A green card I may like to point out. For the purpose of EB1A green card, unlike other green cards, there is something called as EB1B, there is called as EB2, there is something called as EB1C. There are a lot other some subcategories within that green card options available. In one way or the other, they always prescribe some education qualifications. But EB1A green card, interestingly, does not prescribe any job, any education qualifications. You could be in any part of the world. You don't need a sponsor. No, I have a very different concept or a philosophy to look at this, Connor. It's very interesting. When the green cards, when the EB1A requirements say that you should not have a job or need not have a degree, you don't need a sponsor, or you did not have any wealth or investment, the real asset test is what are you without your degrees? What are you without your job? Or even if so, we have seen the people from working with the top fortune companies, they are not able to make it for EB1A green card. But what we have also seen is people, even with no formal qualifications, have been able to aspire and get this EB1A green card. And US has welcomed them for this particular purpose.
So, yeah, I think it's interesting. It just seems really subjective. How do you know? I mean, are you just putting together this case and this story, and then there's a panel? Yes, this person gets it. This person doesn't. And so, if you go through all this process of compiling your story and making this case, is there a good chance that your green card is denied? Those are just kind of some of the things that come up. It just seems so subjective, right? Or am I a little off
Well,
course?
it appears because this is the only green card. Let me tell you, I mean, another great thing. If you look at other green cards, it's very objective. Oh, I do. If you have a master's, if you have 10 years of work experience, okay, you can get for EB2 green cards. You have a sponsor. Everything is can be done in a very organized manner. For this particular green card, it allows you to define your success metrics and the impact. Because the Department of, I mean, Homeland Security or DHS or the law which has kind of made this particular green card, warrants that you it to allow you, give you the privilege. For example, if you are applying as a podcaster, let's say that. Now it would be okay how you define your success as a podcaster, how much audience you have, what is the impact that you have made in the world by virtue of your podcast, what kind of segments you are targeting, how many people got benefited because of your podcast, do you understand the technology of podcasting, are you using the right equipments? So there could be multiple array of things. Okay, have you got some awards for your podcast? Who are the guests? What do other people think? I mean, one can answer those thousand questions, make an evidence out of it. How much income that you are earning out of it? Can you give your tax return to substantiate that? So it appears very subjective, but eventually there is an element of objectivity that you have a privilege to demonstrate. Are you getting it? So let us say, for example, there are two podcasters. Let us say it's you and there is somebody else also. Now, both of you can have a privilege of defining your own success metrics, how you define yourself to be the best in the world. That's the first thing. And then both of you may get it, both of you may not get it, depending, but they will not challenge those metrics. That's the best part. They will not challenge those metrics, but they will see the objectivity in those metrics. Okay, you can't say that, okay, fine, I'm the best podcaster sitting in Awatuki in Phoenix. No, that will not work. So you will have to create an objectivity which is very inclusive in nature. You cannot say, I'm the best podcaster who is a white male sitting in Arizona. No, that won't work for you. So you narrow down your objectivity to an extent which is only you fit in. That does not mean. I think the best test for this is that you have to define your expertise in a very calibrated manner. That's the first and foremost thing I tell people.